So, what does a man do after running the free world for 8 years? Some people retire and play golf. Barack Obama? He retires into luxury real estate diplomacy. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into Barack Obama's billionaire-adjacent lifestyle in 2025. We're talking mansions that whisper power, cars that hum presidential, and a net worth that makes you wonder if you chose the wrong major in college. Because let's be honest, this man went from yes we can to yes we own that faster than most of us can pay off student loans. But before we pull up to the driveway of his $8.1 million Washington D.C. fortress, let's rewind a bit. Because Obama's journey from humble Honolulu kid to homeowner in America's capital isn't just inspiring, it's the kind of transformation that would make even Netflix jealous. Picture this. It's 1961 in Hawaii. Little Barack's probably too busy learning how to walk to know he'd one day be walking through the White House. Fast forward a few decades, and the same kid who once lived in a modest Honolulu apartment now spends his mornings sipping coffee in a mansion guarded tighter than Area 51. Obama's childhood home? Nothing flashy. A 1,900 square foot house in Honolulu. Cozy, humble, and just a stone's throw from the University of Hawaii. The kind of place where you can hear the neighbors sneeze and still wave politely about it. But this small home was the seed of a global story. It's where the man who'd lead the world learned humility, discipline, and probably how to kill a few mosquitoes without Secret Service backup. And while most kids his age were fighting over TV remotes, young Barack was navigating multiple cultures: an American mom, a Kenyan dad, and a few years living in Indonesia. That mix gave him range, cultural range, mental range, and eventually real estate range. He saw life from the ground up, and later, quite literally, from the penthouse down. See, when you grow up in a house that barely fits a Christmas tree, buying an 8,200 square foot mansion later in life hits different. Obama's Washington, D.C. home isn't just any house. It's a statement. It says, yes, I might not be president anymore, but I still live closer to the Capitol than most politicians do. Welcome to Kalorama, where the neighbors are billionaires, diplomats, and people who think casual brunch means caviar and a motorcade. Obama's mansion here is a 1928 colonial masterpiece with 9 bedrooms, 8.5 bathrooms, and enough marble to make Michelangelo proud. He and Michelle originally rented it for $22,000 a month. Because why test drive a Tesla when you can test drive a mansion? Then, they bought it outright in 2017 for $8.1 million, proving that sometimes it pays to sign long-term leases. The house radiates timeless prestige: white brick exterior, a steep slate roof, and a front entrance so elegant it probably makes Amazon delivery guys stand up straighter. Step inside, and you'll find hardwood floors polished to mirror-like perfection, fireplaces in nearly every room, and a kitchen that screams presidential brunch. Now, most people's basements are for laundry or clutter. Obama's? It's got a second kitchen, because when you've hosted world leaders, you can't exactly reheat leftovers in a microwave that goes ping. You need a backup kitchen in case the first one gets too political. It's the kind of home that perfectly balances luxury with warmth. The Obama's brand in real estate form. It's not screaming, "Look at us." It's whispering, "We made it," elegantly. But hold up. If you think this Washington pad is impressive, wait till you see their summer escape. Because while most people go to Martha's Vineyard for a weekend, Barack Obama went there and decided, you know what? I'll take the whole coastline. Because while most people go to Martha's Vineyard for a weekend, Barack Obama went there and decided, you know what? I'll take the whole coastline. This isn't just a vacation home. It's a statement piece. The Obamas dropped a casual $11.7 million on this seaside paradise in 2019, and honestly, calling it a house feels disrespectful. It's more like a luxury compound disguised as relaxation. The property sprawls across 29 acres. That's enough land to fit a small golf course, or, host the next G7 summit. The mansion itself clocks in at around 7,000 square feet, featuring 7 bedrooms, 8.5 bathrooms, and panoramic views of the Edgartown Great Pond. A body of water so peaceful it makes your anxiety apologize. And yes, it has its own private beach. Because when you're Barack Obama, beach access means the beach is yours. The driveway leading up to the estate is a long, elegant curve lined with lush greenery. You don't just arrive, you make an entrance. By the time guests reach the front door, they've already forgotten what stress feels like. Inside, it's everything you'd expect from a couple that's mastered the art of calm sophistication. The moment you step into the grand foyer, a sweeping staircase greets you like it's auditioning for a movie role. The design language? Coastal modern meets former president money. Think bright open spaces, high ceilings, and decor that says, we still care about policy, but we also care about matching throw pillows. The living room feels like a masterclass in architectural flexing, vaulted ceilings, exposed steel beams, and a massive stone fireplace that looks like it was built to hold world peace negotiations. And if that wasn't enough, the dining room is circular. Yes, circular, wrapped in windows so every meal comes with a view. Imagine eating breakfast while watching sunlight dance on the water. That's not dining, that's therapy. And let's talk about the kitchen. This is not your average microwave-and-go setup. It's a chef's dream, sleek, functional, and fancier than most restaurants. Sparkling countertops, stainless steel appliances, and the kind of natural light that could make even burnt toast look Instagram-worthy. But trust me, we're just getting started, because if the kitchen doesn't impress you, the master suite definitely will. Now, this is where Barack and Michelle truly flex in comfort. The master bedroom has its own fireplace, a sun deck, and water views so perfect you'd think nature was personally curated by Michelle herself. The entire vibe screams, we've earned this. The ensuite bathroom, spa-level luxury, double vanities, soft pendant lighting, and a bathtub facing massive glass windows overlooking the yard. So yes, you can soak in bubbles while watching the sunset over your private slice of Massachusetts heaven. And because this is an Obama house, there's no shortage of guest space. There are 2 full guest wings, emphasis on wings. Each is private, comfortable, and designed so friends can stay over without accidentally wandering into presidential territory. Of course, you can't forget the entertainment zones. There's a billiards table that practically begs for friendly competition, and outdoor spaces designed for both chill and thrill. The pool area looks straight out of an Architectural Digest spread, sleek, serene, and surrounded by manicured lawns that say, "No, we don't do leaf blowers here, we do landscaping crews." Then there's the balcony. Not just any balcony, but the balcony. The master suite opens to an expansive terrace complete with a private hot tub. Imagine soaking under the stars, glass of wine in hand, surrounded by silence and ocean breeze. It's luxury with a heartbeat. And because attention to detail is an Obama specialty, there's even a staircase from that balcony that leads straight down to the yard. No awkward towel runs through the house. Efficiency meets elegance. Transition hook. And just when you think it can't get any better, we step outside. Because this isn't just a mansion, it's practically a nature resort. The outdoor fireplace on the porch looks like it belongs in a movie scene. Think white columns, cozy chairs, and that "we might stay here forever" vibe. Beyond that lies a pool with enough room to swim laps or stage a diplomatic summit. And the cherry on top? The boathouse and private walkway leading straight to the Obama's beach. That's right, the family can literally go from breakfast to beach without leaving their property. Privacy, peace, and perfection. It's the holy trinity of post-presidential living. And if you're wondering what summer at the Obama's estate looks like, picture this. Barack reading by the water, Michelle tending to her garden, Sasha blasting music somewhere in the guest wing, and Secret Service pretending not to enjoy it all too much. Now, this isn't just wealth, it's legacy money. It's the reward for decades of service, hustle, and the kind of cool that can't be bought. But wait, before you start Googling how to become president, let's shift gears. Because behind every great mansion, there's an equally presidential garage. And trust me, Obama's car collection doesn't just roll, it glides. Because when you've gone from community organizer to commander-in-chief, you don't exactly pull up in a Prius anymore. Now, Barack has always had that cool, understated swagger. He's not a show-off-the-Lambos type. He's more of a let my hybrid cost more than your house kind of guy. His collection perfectly matches his vibe, powerful, refined, and quietly elite. Let's start with the obvious, the Cadillac Beast. During his presidency, this bulletproof monster wasn't technically his car, but it might as well have been his second home. We're talking 7 tons of armor plating, tear gas cannons, night vision, and a blood bank. Yes, a literal blood bank, on board. When your daily commute involves potential global crises, you don't drive, you deploy. But post-presidency, Obama's tastes lean more eco-luxury than military-grade mayhem. He's been spotted rolling in vehicles like a Cadillac Escalade, Ford Escape Hybrid, and yes, a Chrysler 300C, his longtime favorite. It's the same car he owned before the White House years, a humble sedan, but with that touch of presidential nostalgia. You know, the kind of car you hold on to, not because it's flashy, but because it reminds you of where you started. And of course, let's not forget Michelle. The First Lady of Fitness doesn't just drive, she glides, usually behind the wheel of something sleek and responsible, like a hybrid SUV. Because while Barack's busy saving the world, Michelle's making sure it still fits in the garage. Transition hook. But don't be fooled by the quiet luxury. Because when you zoom out from the cars to the lifestyle, things go from presidential to downright cinematic. See, the Obamas have mastered the art of post-White House peace. Their days now are less about crisis briefings and more about curated calm. Think morning workouts, ocean view breakfasts, and board meetings where the dress code is smart casual with a legacy. Their home offices, picture custom bookshelves, polished wood, and the faint smell of espresso and accomplishment. Barack's known for keeping a meticulous reading routine, spending hours buried in policy reports, biographies, and the occasional basketball stats page. Because, let's be honest, you can take the man out of the Oval Office, but you can't take the strategist out of the man. Michelle, on the other hand, brings that same First Lady energy into everything she does. Between best-selling books, global speaking tours, and running her media company Higher Ground Productions, she's become an empire in heels. Together, they've built something rare, a brand that's both influential and aspirational, mixing Harvard-level intellect with Netflix-level production value. Their joint venture with Netflix, in fact, was a massive power move. Multi-million-dollar deal, award-winning documentaries, and total creative control. It's like they swapped politics for production, and honestly, it's working. The Obamas are no longer just shaping policy, they're shaping culture, transition hook, and that cultural influence has translated directly into net worth. Because if you're wondering how 2 former public servants ended up in the ultra-high net worth bracket, the answer is smart timing, great storytelling, and a few spectacular book deals. Let's break it down. Before the presidency, their combined net worth hovered around a modest $1.3 million. Comfortable, but nothing headline-worthy. Fast forward to now, and the Obamas are sitting on an estimated $135 million fortune. That's right, 9 digits of influence, impact, and impeccable investments. How'd they do it? Well, a $65 million book advance will do wonders for your checking account. Their memoirs, Becoming for Michelle and A Promised Land for Barack, both became global blockbusters. Michelle's book alone sold over 17 million copies and spawned a worldwide tour that looked more like a rock concert than a book signing. Then came their Netflix partnership, worth tens of millions, and a string of high-value speaking engagements. Barack reportedly earns up to $400,000 per speech. That's more than some CEOs make in a year. And while that's impressive, the Obamas are selective. They speak on leadership, social progress, and the future of democracy, not cryptocurrency or quick-rich schemes. But beyond the numbers, their wealth is strategic. They've invested heavily in real estate, intellectual property, and long-term ventures. Their portfolio includes homes in D.C., Martha's Vineyard, and likely some confidential holdings we'll never see. Because true power doesn't need to shout. It just needs a private beach. But here's where it gets interesting. Even with all that wealth, the Obamas haven't lost the grounded energy that made people love them in the first place. Family remains at the heart of everything. Barack still refers to himself as Michelle's husband. Sasha and Malia are thriving, one in film, the other in social impact. And family dinners are still sacred. No cameras, no speeches, no crowd. Just laughter, stories, and probably a few political jokes too clever for the rest of us. That's what makes the Obama story so magnetic. It's not just about money or mansions. It's about evolution. From humble beginnings in Hawaii to Harvard, from the South Side of Chicago to the White House, and now from politics to peaceful prosperity. Every chapter has been deliberate, every move strategic, every success earned. It's the kind of life that teaches you one thing. You can step away from the spotlight and still glow brighter than ever. So next time you see a photo of Barack on his porch, book in hand, that calm half-smile on his face, remember, behind that stillness is a man who's built an empire of influence, one thoughtful decision at a time. From the White House to Martha's Vineyard, from policy papers to production deals, from campaign rallies to quiet sunsets, Barack Obama hasn't just left the presidency. He's redefined what after looks like. And honestly, if this is what retirement looks like, sign us all up. So, what do you think? Which part of Obama's billionaire lifestyle surprised you most? The D.C. fortress, the Vineyard Palace, or the fact that his basement has its own kitchen? Let me know in the comments. I read everyone. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into presidential luxury, make sure to hit that like button, drop a yes we can in the chat, and subscribe for more elite lifestyle breakdowns just like this. Because trust me, the next story we've got lined up will make even the world's billionaires raise an eyebrow. Until next time, stay curious, stay ambitious, and remember, power fades, but class, that's forever.